All right, let's see what's going on here, guys. Let's put this in 1.5 times speed. There we go.
アビス教団の名は知ってたが、これほど大規模で広範囲な動きを見せるのは初めてだ。まるでナタ相手に戦争を仕掛けようとしてるような。宇宙船スリープポット？まさかお前が
Is there captions?
この数ヶ月の間で42の
Let's go back just a little bit. There we go. So last time I played the game, when I was actually interested in the lore, I think this has something to do with, like, you know, Conria with Dainsliff and whatever. So I guess we're gonna go back to that. But you guys already know how that is. We have a Dainsliff quest. We get left off with the cliffhanger. The quest ends off with the cliffhanger. We have to wait till another version 6.7 or 6.8, 6. I don't know, 6.6 just to continue the Conria story. That's just how it works.
ついに役目を果たしたの。アビス教団の名は知ってたが、これほど大規模で広範囲な動きを見せるのは初めてだ。まるでナタ相手に戦争を仕掛けようとしているような。宇宙船スリープポット？まさかお前がテアートに来た時に乗ってた宇宙船のことか？この数ヶ月の間
And that's Skirk.
42の星が消えた。何者かがずうずうしくもこの世界から吸い取っているのだ。災いはいつか必ず訪れる。みんなもそう言ってるわ。彼女の存在を無視し続けたら、いつか本当に彼女の声が聞こえなくなってしまうからね。すぐそこにいるじゃない。お前の魂は欠けていて、傷口に。
I'm sorry, bro, but like, okay, Skirk's design, I have no issue with her design. I think her design is decent, but it's just the gameplay, man. The gameplay is just so underwhelming, bro. Well, let's continue. It's so underwhelming for a character that's so hype. I don't know, man. There's just something about her gameplay that's just underwhelming. Her ultimate is underwhelming. It's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. Another 4-star character, okay. At least Genshin, they can actually release 4-star units. Sertogli, however you say his name. I remember that guy. What the fuck is that? So it seems like there's gonna be, you know, actual lore. You know, this is not gonna be a filler patch. It's gonna be actual lore here, which is pretty good. You know, I guess for lore enjoyers, for the people who still enjoy the story, this is gonna be a nice patch for the people who like the story. But you guys already know what type of guy I am when it comes to gameplay, bro. I'm a gameplay guy, you know, and I will say when it comes to Skirk's gameplay, it's just, I don't know, man, it's underwhelming. Like, I don't think it's trash, but I don't think it's amazing. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like for a character that's so hype and a character that's very, very powerful, it's like one of the strongest characters, playable characters we have in the game so far. And the fact that her gameplay is so underwhelming is really weird, you know? Really, really weird. But let's see, man. Let's skip this part.
special program. I am Aileen Mythen, the voice of Dahlia, and hosting with me today we have...
Hey everyone, I'm Kat Pratano, rhymes with Capitano, the voice of Child's Master, Skirk.
And I'm Katiana Sarkissian, the voice of the Pyro
Rest in peace,
Archon herself,
Capitano.
Malika.
They did you dirty as fuck.
Well, after seeing that trailer, this version seems absolutely stacked. We're getting the next installment of the Twins quest in this version. Yippee!
And let's not forget, Skirk is finally here, you guys. Yup. I cannot wait to see how all these stories unfold.
Her first appearance left quite the impression, didn't it? So mysterious.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that interaction left us all with far more questions than answers.
Yeah, I mean, she did give us a few clues about herself, though. Remember? In the Primordial Sea at the end of the Fontaine Archon quest?
Right. Something about the remains of a descender, the foul, the visionary. I feel like I still don't know what any of it means, though.
I mean, that's fair. So far, all we know about her past is that she trained under the foul Sertology.
So,
Sertology, that's how you
some
say his
ordinary
name.
mentor.
Name is
Oh, definitely
complicated.
not. Dainsliff revealed that Sertology is one of the 5 sinners of Conria and someone who possesses all-encompassing power. Imagine training under someone like that. Walk in the park, let me tell you.
Well, maybe that explains how aloof and indifferent Skirk seems to be. Seriously, though, her demeanor is stone cold in a way that's almost otherworldly or something.
Yeah, it's kind of cold
Otherworldly, yet you guys give her cryo. Make it make sense.
as ice, right? Right? But I mean, you know, the important thing is, this time we should be able to get some answers, right?
Oh, I hope so. Yes, please. I am dying to learn more about her past.
Okay, then be sure to check out her story quest where the Traveler and Skirk's paths will cross once again. Travelers will have the chance to uncover new clues about her past and the world of Tavad as a whole, so don't miss out.
Ah, so Liua is where we run into Skirk this time. Wow. It's kind of weird seeing her out and about like this, isn't it? In such a normal location.
Right?
Wait, hold on a second. Is Skirk playing an instrument?
Oh?
I mean, in my mind, she's like this, you know, ice queen, but
Okay, I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
that
skip this part,
instrument
man.
It's like this, can reveal it, and it's for the
When it comes to
two
story
together.
stuff, I just don't give a flying fuck.
An unbreakable stone cold exterior.
So new story
Seriously,
quests,
though, with their
okay.
ability to,
you know, now our
ready to play.
All right, let's go ahead and see this, guys. You guys are gonna see exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to her gameplay.
Merciless.
So she's very like her gameplay, like her design is very similar to the narwhal.
As
But y'all
Child's
can see
master and someone
her gameplay is very fast. It's very fast. And when you're combining her abilities with like Hydro, it's gonna be very hard for you to actually see her effects. It's gonna be really hard for you to actually see, you know, her gameplay because there's just so many things going on. You have what was that girl's name? The chef girl, I forgot her name, but she's gonna be very, very good with Skirk, and then like her attacks are gonna like pretty much her attacks are going to cover Skirk's attack, and you won't be able to see Skirk's actual gameplay and her effects or whatever because you have all these other characters who are just, you know, laying down their elemental skill and elemental burst on top of Skirk's elemental skill. It's going to be very hard for you to actually see what's going on. That's why I feel like her gameplay is extremely underwhelming because her gameplay doesn't outshine characters who are like, it doesn't really outshine off-field support units. You know what I'm saying? But you guys will see
capable of
exactly what I'm
training in
talking
the
about
abyss,
when they
Skirk's
actually show her
combat skills
gameplay
are
here.
Truly something special. First, it's worth pointing out, Skirk doesn't use a
This
vision. Her
form
powers
over
come
here.
from the abyss, but in the interest of blending in, she camouflages it to appear cryo.
When you're using her with
nature.
all-field
And in
support
addition,
units,
Skirk's attacks do
it's
not
going to
rely
be
on
very
elemental
hard for you to
energy.
actually
She
track
uses
what
a
she's
special
doing.
kind of energy known as serpent subtlety instead. And when you tap her elemental skill, Skirk gains a certain amount of energy and enters a special combat
I will
state,
say
signaled
the
by her change in
double
outfit,
blades
which
are
is
pretty
very
cool.
cute, might I add. While in this state, Skirk's normal, charged, and plunging attacks
So
deal
this
cryo
part right here,
damage that
guys,
can't be overridden.
when you're playing with her, it's going to be very hard for you to actually like see her effects, man, because there's going to be so many things going on because you have to put her with like Hydro characters. It's going to be crazy. But let's read
This
this
state
here.
also increases her resistance to interruption and attack AoE. And when cryo-related reactions are triggered, multiple void rifts will appear on the field. Skirk can use her charged attack or her special elemental burst to absorb the void rifts. And after unleashing a special elemental burst, her normal attack's damage will be increased based on the number of rifts absorbed.
Aw, heck yeah. So it's kind of like the more she fights, the stronger she gets.
Yeah, pretty much. Plus, holding her elemental
So
skill
yeah,
is
look at this,
another
guys.
option.
Watch.
When there are void rifts on the field, holding her elemental skill will allow Skirk to absorb them.
Okay,
and
they
gives her
took
the
it
ability
off,
to
but
quickly maneuver
using
around
her
the
with like
battlefield. Once she
Kokomi,
has enough energy,
other
she can
characters,
unleash
gonna
her
be very
elemental
hard
burst
for you to
deal
see what she's
consecutive
doing.
slashes of AoE damage.
I see. So she's a unit you can keep on the field for a long time, or take out when you need a sudden burst of damage.
Pairing her with Hydro and Cryo characters also further enhances her abilities.
And there it is
And
right
if your
there.
team is comprised entirely of Hydro and Cryo characters, your party members' elemental skill level will be increased by 1.
Whoa.
There it is. Wait, what? Wait, elemental skill level increased by 1? I did not know about that. So elemental skill level. So you mean to tell me if she's in a party with Cryo and Hydro characters, their skill level gets increased by 1 automatically? What the fuck, bro? That is actually kind of, bro, that gives me like global passive vibes, man. As long as you put the character on a specific team, she can just like, I don't know, she can do just crazy things on your account to the point where she's going to increase the skill level of the party members in your team. That's ridiculous, bro. I did not know about that.
So she like enhances her party members' skills too. Once a mentor, always a mentor, I guess.
Oh yeah.
It sounds
I'm
like
guessing this is
Dahlia had
like
a great
talent,
teacher.
like
Oh, you
talent
did.
level, right?
And I love the look of her.
Hopefully that's not
camouflaged
the case,
abyssal
because if that's the
powers.
case, that's
Special effects
crazy.
are incredible.
Right? And when she enters her special combat state, her outfit changes too. Okay, slay. It looks a lot more suited for battle, don't you think?
Oh, yeah. So it seems like travelers can approach combat in 2 ways then. You can use her special combat state to dish out damage with cryo-infused attacks and heighten this damage by absorbing void rifts with her special elemental burst. Or, after other Hydro and Cryo party members have generated void rifts, you can take to the field to quickly absorb them and build up energy to unleash powerful slashes with her normal elemental burst.
Yeah, both seem really, really useful. And since Cryo and Hydro characters enhance Skirk's skills, there are tons of team comp possibilities here.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, hey, speaking of,
What team comp possibilities are you guys talking about? You literally just talked about Hydro and Cryo only. What are you talking about? There's team comp possibilities. What? How are you guys gonna say, oh yeah, you want to put her with Hydro and Cryo characters, but there's a lot of team comp possibilities? What? If you don't put her with Hydro or Cryo characters, you're literally like, she's not going to function properly. She's just not. Like, yeah, you can still play with the character, of course, do whatever you want, but if you want her to function really, really well, if you want to use her at her full potential, you have to put her with Hydro and Cryo units. And what are they talking about? Oh, there's different team compositions. No, there isn't. It's just Hydro and Cryo, and that's it.
speaking
He's
of,
a very
what about
restrictive
Dahlia?
unit.
He's a Hydro character, right? Sounds like he could be a good fit for Skirk.
Oh, I think you're onto something here. We got to know him a bit during the Mondstadt interlude. He's so refined, but also kind of mischievous at the same time. One thing we haven't seen, though, is what he can do in combat. Want to give us the scoop, Aileen?
You
But I'm
got
talking about the
it.
4-star
You
character
are in
here.
for a treat.
Let's go.
Okay. I have no complaints. Some people were complaining about his design. I don't give a fuck, man. At least they got a 4-star character, man, because there's some games out there that don't give 4-star units at all, which is ridiculous. So this is good. Alternatives.
This should be fun. Hey,
Skirk's kit is still a little bit restrictive though because of the Hydro and Cryo characters, but you know, them releasing another Hydro unit, really nice. But when are they ever going to release a Hydro Claymore user? Is it ever going to happen?
Okay, so Dahlia is a Hydro Sword user and support character who can use his elemental burst to provide a Hydro shield for his teammates.
Oh, it's like the shield appears in response to his prayer.
Yes, and for a certain period of time, after unleashing his elemental burst, Dahlia can gain stacks of benison by hitting enemies with normal attacks or triggering freeze reactions. So when his shield breaks, Dahlia can consume his stacks of benison to summon it again, allowing him to continuously protect his party members and to increase their resistance to interruption.
Heck yeah.
And after unlocking a specific talent, Dahlia can also boost the attack speed of the on-field character, allowing them dish out
Attack
damage
speed
even
boost. That's gonna be
faster.
pretty nice for her.
So he can help us attack without interruption and increase our attack speed. Sounds like a huge help.
And with his elemental skill, Dahlia summons Sacramental Shower and places it in a designated location. His summon has different effects depending on who comes into contact with it. So, for example, if it's an enemy, Sacramental Shower will explode, dealing AoE hydro damage to surrounding enemies. But if a nearby party member comes into contact with it, Sacramental Shower will propel them high into the air, allowing them to evade enemy attacks while gaining an aerial
So it's like
advantage.
Albedo's little flower thing.
Okay.
Let's go.
It's like an
Really
elevator.
reliable in combat, even though he seems kind of.
No, it's like a
mischievous the rest of the
trampoline
time.
instead.
No, really.
Yes,
What the
definitely
fuck,
does.
bro?
He has his little mischievous thing
Oh
going on.
my
I still
gosh,
remember all his
man.
teasing towards Venti during the Mondstadt interlude.
Aw.
They
But
really need
at the
to
same
innovate
time,
when it
he's
comes
also supposed to be
to
the one who communicates with
gameplay,
the will of
bro.
Barbados,
A
right?
trampoline,
I'm not
seriously?
sure what to make of their dynamic.
Well, I guess first and foremost, he's Venti's friend, right?
Cute.
But even though he
All
likes
right.
to tease, his Syria is in your party. The
What
movement
else?
speed of your party members
Okay,
is
increases movement
Barbados,
speed.
right? It's stat.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, we're just gonna skip through all that.
Pretty fun.
Oh, let's see the phases here.
Azure Light will be featured on the weapon banner.
Yes. And in the second
Wait, what's in phase 1?
news, in the first half of version 5.7, we'll have
Of
event
course.
wishes.
Skirk and Shinha in phase 1. Not surprised. The Shinha is like one of the top support units for cryo users. Not surprised at all.
For Skirk and Shenhe.
Dahlia will also enjoy a drop rate boost.
But at
on
least
the
they put
first half
Dahlia
banners.
with her too.
Plus, the new 5-star sword, Azure Light, will be featured on the weapon banner.
Yes.
Her weapon looks like the Favonia sword.
And in the second half of version
And
5.7,
Mavwika. Oh my. Yo, talk about FOMO, bro. Skirk and Mavwika. And they put Emily with Mavwika? Oh my gosh, bro.
have returning event wishes from
My
Malika and
goodness,
Emily.
dude.
Pretty fire.
All right, that's it for the event wishes. Let's talk about the story content travelers can look forward to in the new version.
Ooh,
That's
okay.
wild.
This is the big one.
Yeah.
Okay, let's set the scene. During their travels, the traveler comes across evidence
let's
that
see
seems to
this.
suggest their sibling was in Natlan.
Oh, wait up. I see Dainsleif.
Mm-hmm.
As we all know, that means things are about to get complicated.
Yup, very true.
Oh, I love Dainsleif. From this image, it looks like the sky has been slashed in two, and there's some kind of rift that connects to the abyss. And the traveler and their sibling are in different spaces, but they can still sense each other's presence.
Yes, I feel like the tension is palpable.
Yeah, and that makes sense. I mean, there was definitely some tension when we saw our sibling during the bedtime story quest.
Oh, yeah.
Although, we don't know what our sibling has been up to since then.
Hmm.
Kari there did
Yeah,
tell
it's
us
been
one
like
of the
5 fucking years. By the way. 5 years.
has been completed. Of course, we still don't know how powerful it is, or what's needed to activate it.
Well, call me crazy, but I feel like we're gonna find out soon.
Maybe.
It seems like all parties are converging in one place, Natlan.
Mhm.
So maybe that's where we can get some answers.
And I know one thing travelers will encounter in Natlan: a young woman dressed in peculiar clothing, hiding out in a cave.
It's not just her clothing that's special, though. Look at her eyes. Wait, is she...
Yee, the plot, it thickens.
Yeah.
Well, if the
How much you guys want to bet? She's either a memory or she's like from the ley lines or whatever. And she's going to disappear by the end of the story quest. It happens all the
Abyss Order
time.
is out in full force in
They show an
Natlan, and I
NPC
assume there's been a new
that's probably like
development
a
in our
ghost,
siblings' grand
and they
plan.
disappear.
Yup, and the Pyro Archon and our other friends from Natlan are on high alert. But the people of Natlan want a war against the Abyss itself. There's no universe where the Abyss Order gets to run wild in Natlan unchecked.
Well, if an altercation with the Abyss Order is in the cards, I know who's gonna be on the front lines. Twilight Sword himself, of course.
I mean, I can see it now. Dainsleif going all one-man army and rushing straight into action.
We actually will get to see it this time because our old friend Dainsleif is going to help us defeat their ranks in a manner we've never seen.
Oh, so you get
before.
like a little
This is not a drill,
gameplay
everyone.
teaser when
We
it comes to
finally get see
Dainsleif.
him in action.
Let's go!
I'm telling you guys, bro. Dainsleif, how much you guys want to bet bro is going to be a pyro user? He's going to be a pyro user. It's just that they're going to be like, oh, it's just that his flames are blue. I'm telling y'all, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. If they did it to Skirk, they're gonna do it to Dainsleif.
As the Traveler and Dainsleif venture deep into Abyss Order territory, we'll get to see his special abilities firsthand.
Oh, sounds like this
Wait,
will
what
be
the fuck was
Into
that?
Abyss Order territory, we'll
Did you guys see that?
get to see his special.
Is that Hydro? Ain't no. Bro, ain't okay. Is it because of the Hydro? Is no, that's like a Cryo Abyss Herald though. Or is that Hydro? I have no idea. But bro, as soon as he attacked,
As
the Abyss
Traveler
Herald
and
right
Dainsleif
here.
venture deep into
Hydro
Abyss
just
Order
came out.
territory,
Hydro
we'll get
energy.
to see his special abilities firsthand.
Oh, sounds like
Ain't
there's
no
gonna be
way,
a lot of
bro.
obstacles between us and finding out the deal with our sibling. But we faced the Abyss Order before. We can do this. I have no
All right, you guys
This quest
whole
talking a
new
little bit
phase
too
into
much.
Them anymore. There's
you on
Okay, we're gonna skip through that. I ain't gonna lie, guys. So far, it's been like 21 minutes, and all they talked about was Skirk, this new quest, and that's pretty much it. This patch looks pretty mid so far, but let's see the events.
It's time to jump into the version 5.7 events.
Let's go!
You get a free set though,
First
so
up on the
okay.
docket is an event that takes us back to Sumeru, where the Academia has developed a simulated adventure game.
Ooh.
Travelers will need to select
Simulated
various companion
adventure
pieces
game.
to form teams and enhance their skills as they face off against various opponents in a board game style environment.
It's a board game. Okay.
Ready.
Opponent.
What
Well,
does it look
Travelers
like?
can enhance the strength of their pieces
All
or
right,
develop
skip.
I'm thinking an all
Yep.
kinds of useful equipment. Plus, defeating from
What is this?
unlock additional buffs for your team.
So we
Okay,
actually
so
get to put
Candy
Paimon to
Crush
work.
Saga. All right.
Finally.
Yup.
What else do
and-
we have?
Travelers will face more formidable enemies than just slimes.
Whoa, that Soma Troll can give shields to its allies.
Oh.
Yeah,
Alright.
but don't worry. With this new and improved turret, we can use several new kinds of cannonballs. Other players to tackle challenges made up of 3 stages, each with unique objectives.
Ooh, it'll be cool seeing what characters everyone chooses. Could make for some interesting team comps.
Well,
Okay,
there's a
so
theme
another
associated
combat
with each
event.
challenge. So your best bet is to choose
So this is a
character whose
co-op
skills are
event.
suited
Okay.
to the objective.
Oh.
That's
But
nice.
Of course, every character has their strengths.
Mhm.
Each stage also has smaller objectives
That's
that
good.
require teams to work together and combine their skills.
I have no complaints when it comes to co-op events. Co-op events are always nice. You know, especially when it comes to combat, co-op combat events. They're always fun. So I have no complaints when
Completing
it comes
these
to that.
submissions can grant buffs to your own entire team.
Nice.
And in addition, at the beginning of each challenge, your team will be assigned random regiments to complete. Once you make it through the final stage, your team will receive additional frenzy stars based on your regiment
What is this?
in Onslaught.
Ooh.
In this event, travelers will be
permanent
able to
challenge
farm
event.
artifacts more freely and efficiently, as well as obtain artifact customization items for free.
Or
Wait.
A new permanent event called Stygian Onslaught. In this event, travelers will be able to farm artifacts more freely and efficiently, as well as obtain artifact customization items for free.
for free.
For free.
A new permanent event. Okay, we need details.
So you can get artifacts for free without using resin. Very interesting.
Now.
All right, each update will feature a challenge that is split into 3 phases, each featuring unique mechanics with 5 difficulty levels to choose from.
Ooh.
Participation in the event will reward travelers with primo gems, artifacts, and valuable items for targeted artifact enhancement.
Okay, so you said we'll be able to farm artifacts.
Wait, let's go back here real
Valuable
quick.
items for targeted artifact enhancement.
Exalted ones. So don't tell me that they're gonna do this thing where some characters are gonna be very, very strong and some characters they're just not gonna, like, some characters are going to receive a buff and some characters aren't. But I think the reason why some of these characters have a buff is because it says Pyro has an advantage and Hydro doesn't have an advantage. But you do have Yelan here and Farina. I don't know, but we're having to see what that is. But if
Okay, so
specific
you said we'll be
characters
able to
get a
farm
buff and
artifacts
some
more
characters don't,
freely? What does
I don't
that
know, that's gonna
mean
be
exactly?
annoying.
It means the artifact drops aren't set in stone, and you can switch where they come from. For the first 10 days after the event begins, the leyline disturbance will be in outbreak state. During this period, travelers who clear any stage at level 3 difficulty or higher can expend any kind of resin to obtain artifacts from the leyline blossom at the end of the stage. And
So you're still spending resin. How is it free if you're still spending resin?
before the stage begins, travelers will get to choose which domain of blessing they want the artifact drops to come from.
Right, so travelers can also tackle the stages in co-op, right? So you can still farm with friends.
Yes, and you'll be rewarded with additional artifacts every time you consume a certain amount of resin.
How many
Okay,
artifacts?
the
Let's see.
amount of hours I'm about to pour into this thing. Lock me in and throw away the key, honestly.
3. I thought it was gonna be like 6 or 7. Like you're gonna get way more than you get in like the domains, because usually when you're farming in the domains, last time I played the game, if you use like condensed resin, you would get like 2 artifacts, 2 5-star artifacts, right? Max, or 3, I don't know. But the way that they were describing this event, I was thinking like, oh, you know, you actually get the artifacts for free without spending resin, and you get like, I don't know, 5 artifacts, 5 5-star artifacts, or 6 5-star artifacts, but it's just like 3 or 2. Like what? I don't know, man. I
Oh
don't
my
know.
god, you make it sound like you're in prison. Anyway, you also mentioned something about targeted artifact enhancement, Katiana. What's that about?
Yeah, right. So version
Oh,
5.7
so yeah, what's
is
this?
introducing a new artifact-related item, Dust of Enlightenment.
Ooh. What is it?
Well, we all know what it's like to raise an artifact that has potential, only for it to turn out kind of less than ideal.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this item is designed to help with that. So, Artifact 101, right? We all know every 4 levels, a random substat gets enhanced as you raise an artifact to level 20. But
Okay.
it doesn't always turn out the way you want.
Yeah.
So this item allows you to re-roll the substat enhancements of a level 20 artifact.
Yo, wait,
What?
really?
Yeah. Before each reroll, you get to specify the types of substats you want to prioritize.
Okay.
After the result is revealed, you can choose to either keep the original substat configuration or accept the new one.
Oh my god, it's like being able to resurrect an artifact from the grave. Like, we really
Okay.
need this.
Powerful, right?
That's a W. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. That's a W, bro. That is a W. I have 0 complaints for this. This is really good, because there are a lot of times where, you know, I would have an artifact that would have so much potential, but it turns into shit because they give me like 3 flat defense. So this is nice. No complaints here. That's nice. I did not know about this at all, but this is actually pretty good.
All right? Starting in 5.7, travelers who participate in the new permanent event Stygian Onslaught will be able to obtain
That's
a total
good.
of 3 Dusts of Enlightenment per version for free. And the Gnostic Hymn and
3
Gnostic
Dusts of
Chorus rewards.
Enlightenment. So how
Starting in
many do you need
5.7,
to
travelers who
consume in order for
We
you
really
to
needed this. Yeah, it's like being
like
able to
reshape an
resurrect
artifact? Let's
original
see.
substat configuration or accept the new one.
Oh my god, it's like being
Wait, let
For
me
each
see real
reroll,
quick.
you get to specify the types of substats you want to prioritize. After the result is revealed, you can choose to either keep the original
So,
substat configuration
Reshaping
or
will consume 1 Dust of Enlightenment. Okay, so it's only 1
accept the new
dust.
one.
Oh
Okay.
my god, it's like being
All right, that's
Purple,
good.
right?
Because if
Starting
you
in
had to consume
5.7,
like
travelers who
2,
participate in the new permanent
that would
event
be
Stygian
fucking dog
Onslaught
shit.
will be able to obtain
That'd
a
be
total
terrible.
of 3 Dusts
Because
of
they give you
Enlightenment per
3.
version for free.
Yeah.
And the Gnostic Hymn and Gnostic Chorus rewards will feature 1 each.
Oh.
Plus, during version 5.7,
I mean, when it comes to the battle pass, you still have to spend money, so I don't really care about that. Like, that's not free to play. You have to spend money.
travelers will be able to claim 2 Dusts of Enlightenment directly from their in-game mailbox after logging into Genshin Impact.
Yes.
That's good.
Okay, let's just pause to take that in for a sec.
You're
but
pretty
I do
much
have a
getting like
question.
5 in total.
So, according to the devs, the rewards for clearing the level 5 difficulty in the new permanent event can only be obtained by completing it solo. But what if that level of difficulty is a bit much for some people?
Yeah, like me.
Yeah, well, don't worry, I'll hard carry you.
Whoa.
Well, I will come in, and the strongest travelers into that will come in to help us out. Specifically, we're talking about travelers who have cleared an even higher level of difficulty. The characters used to complete those battles become exalted ones.
These characters will have their max HP, attack, and defense increased by 20% during the challenge. So these characters get like a huge buff. Okay, interesting. Now the thing is, what if you don't have any of these characters? You know what I'm saying? But let's see.
Then, when attempting a level 1 through 5 difficulty challenge, other travelers can receive extra buffs by including exalted ones in their lineup.
Oh, cool. So travelers can help each other even outside of co-op. I like that, and I need that.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
I get it
hold
now.
on. You mentioned an even higher level of difficulty just now. I
Okay.
thought level 5 was
That's
the
nice.
highest.
Yeah, well, clearing level 5 solo unlocks a secret level of difficulty. Level 6, dire difficulty.
Oh, no.
Once you reach level 6, it's dire straits. There are no companions to turn to for comfort, no promise of primo gems to drive you forward.
What?
Just formidable enemies and an unrelenting desire to prove yourself.
So you get no primo gems at all. It's just you challenging yourself.
Okay, that definitely sounds dire. So you're telling me travelers really don't get anything in return for accomplishing something like that?
Well, we'll just have to wait and see now, won't we?
What? I can't
Okay, so we're
wait.
keeping it as a secret, because I was about to
That's
say, ain't no fucking way you guys gonna make a challenge, right? And you don't get anything in return. That would be fucking stupid.
For Stygian Onslaught, just a reminder, the outbreak period begins the second Wednesday after a version update, or 8 days into the new version. So don't forget to gather your friends and get farming when the time comes. All right, time to lock in. Travelers might also be excited to hear that the next installment of the Traveler's Tales is coming in
Okay,
version
I don't give a
5.7.
fuck about this,
Okay,
bro.
Slay.
I literally
Last
do
time
not
was
care.
so much fun. We got to reunite with so many.
I don't care
Oh,
about
cool.
this.
I see sigils and pops of red in
Shinha
there.
Echo,
Very
okay.
fitting.
And the Raiden Shoguns like petals floating
Raiden
in the wind.
Shogun,
The
okay.
purple
Well, that
matches
looks
so
cool.
well.
So pretty.
Yep, so if you want to claim them, make sure your character.
TCG,
Alright, that
don't
brings
give a
us to
fuck.
system optimizations that travelers can look forward to in the
Ah, you guys
First
remember the
up-
artifact loadouts, quote unquote, artifact loadouts.
Up is an improved resource management feature for mobile players.
Oh.
Simply put, it's a practical update designed to reduce the package size of the mobile version.
Dude, nice.
That's
I
good
feel
for
like our
mobile
phones
players,
will
but they
thank
need to
us.
bring that to
Mhm.
PC as
After
well.
the 5.7 update, travelers will receive a pop-up notification after opening Genshin Impact on mobile, asking them to choose from different resource plans.
Okay.
Under the basic plan, the system will retain the necessary resources for
Yeah,
daily
we already know
and
about
players'
this.
team has status to ensure that travelers still isn't
Maybe rely on mobile more for the small stuff.
needed quest resources to be automatically cleared in future version updates, or for all game resources to be updated as normal.
Oh, okay.
This should check out
Yeah, that's
Challenge
nice.
permanent event. We'll now be able to directly use fragile resin to claim rewards from leyline blossoms and common challenge domains, like artifact and talent material domains. This also applies to the artifact drops in the new permanent event we introduced earlier.
Yes.
Fragile resin is worth 60 original resin, so that means you get triple the drops. Should save a few trips to the crafting bench, that's for sure.
Also, the Adventurer Handbook will now have guide entries for 40 resin bosses, which should be helpful if you run into a boss you're not quite sure how to crack.
And the icons will be displayed in the order the bosses were unlocked, which should make it more intuitive to navigate.
All right, let's move on to some optimizations for the Spiral Abyss. When moving to the next floor or restarting a challenge,
You have a retry
can now
button.
save your current party lineup or clear.
I'm not gassing this up because it's just ridiculous how we have to gas up a retry button. Like, bro, this should have been in the game since day one. I don't know,
with a
man.
single click.
Oh, easy.
And you can claim your challenge rewards directly after completing floor 12. If you're not satisfied with your performance, you can also restart the challenge directly from the finalization screen.
Nice. Small things here and there really add up over time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so hopefully these optimizations make for a better experience overall.
All right, well, that was another long one, you guys, but it's not over yet. A mystery guest left a message for us, so let's check it out along with a third redemption code.
So they're not going to talk about that little artifact
こんにち
loadout.
は、鈴木愛理です。今回
Who the fuck is this?
ゲンシンの皆さんと一緒にお仕事をすることになりました。とても嬉しいです。ありがとうございます。私は、スカークというキャラクターのアニメショートテーマソングの、スターオデッセイという楽曲を歌わせていただ
Oh,
いたんですが、
she
この楽
sung the
曲は
theme song
全
for
編
that
英
Skirk.
語で
Okay.
世界各国というか世界にこう届ける歌という。
Good for her.
So exciting.
An animated short for
Well, you
Skirk.
guys, that
All
brings
right.
us to the end of our announcements for this version. That was a whirlwind.
It certainly was. So, what are
Okay, so now I'm pretty sure this is the teaser for the next region. The next sub-region. That's what it looks like.
Nodcry, an ever-changing landscape of ruin, a marvel corroded by time. In the forest, where the nights were once undisturbed save for a few rays of moonlight, the wild hunt's shadow grows. There are those who bear the name of Frostmoon, living where the silver light shines. Others carry the torch, fending off the darkness and cold with their blades. I hear that the stolen fae still yearn for the frosts of old.
And so they're showing some characters
While
here.
the Tui look to the stars above, trying in vain to seize the false firmament. Then there
Got
are
the toy right
nights
there.
draped in a west wind, nearing the end of a long and arduous mission.
Is that Grandmaster Varka?
Then there are the nights draped in a west wind, nearing the end of a long and arduous.
I swear, bro, if this character, man, oh my gosh, dude. If they fumble with this character design, that's gonna be the true end of Genshin Impact. I swear, bro. Like, if they fuck up his design, it's over for y'all, bro.
My friends, of course, shan't be outdone. They will no doubt bring a magical charm to this.
I'm pretty sure
ancient
that's
world.
Alice.
And just as the stone craves the sculptor's hand, so does fate await your gaze. Pour me another cup of tea, if you'd be so kind. The story is about to begin.
What the hell is that? That's it? Okay, so they have event calendar here. Okay, that's it. I mean, hey, when it comes to the update overall, I will say it looks good. When it comes to the content, I will say that permanent event seems pretty nice. My only complaint is like the artifact part where they said you're getting artifacts for free, but it's like you're still spending resin. That part is still a little bit confusing to me. But the fact that you can actually, reshape your artifacts, like let's say you have an artifact that has potential and you roll for stats, you roll stats into it, and it ends up being dog shit, you can actually reshape it and try to get better stats. And I will say that is very, very nice. I did not know about that at all. So that's actually very, very good. But to be honest with you guys, that's like the only good combat event. I want to say only good combat event, but that's like the only event that's actually worth playing in the next update. Everything else is pretty mid. So I will say when it comes to the patch overall, the patch it's alright, it's cool, nothing too crazy. When it comes to content, the permanent event is really good, but when it comes to the story, I mean, it is what it is. Same thing all the time, nothing changed. But yeah, 5.7 seems like a really chill update overall. When it comes to Skirk's gameplay, I will say her gameplay is extremely underwhelming. For a character that's really, really hype. It's just, I don't know, man. It's just something about her gameplay is just not, it's just not hitting the right spot for me. Pause. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just her gameplay is just really underwhelming for a character that has for a character that's very important. Her gameplay does not match her representation. Like her gameplay doesn't match her presence in the story. Like it doesn't really match the hype behind the character, right? Because you just put her on your team, you do all that normal attack, use the ultimate, and you go through the same rotation again and again. It's like the same thing with every other DPS character. I was expecting something unique with her, but like there's really nothing unique about this character to be honest. But that's pretty much my opinion. But overall, if I were to rate this update like 1 out of 10, I will give this update a solid, I'll give it a solid 6 out of 10. Or yeah, I'll give it a solid 6 out of 10. And the reason why is because of that new permanent event and the fact that you can actually reshape artifacts. That was actually pretty good. But that's pretty much it. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. But yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to Genshin Impact version 5.7. It doesn't seem dog shit, but it doesn't seem like it's amazing as well. It just seems pretty decent. That's all I can say. Pretty decent. But I hope you guys have a good one. I'll be catching you guys on the next one. Adios.